We encourage the cheering of your team with the spirit of good sportsmanship kept in mind. Before we announce the starting lineups, we ask that you please rise for the playing of the national anthem. Michigan Dearborn
If you're looking for something to be thankful for, then look no further than right here on the Lawrence Tech Sports Network as we have a college basketball doubleheader just before Turkey Day as the Wolverines of Michigan Dearborn coming to Southfield to take on the Blue Devils of Lawrence Tech. Let's get it going with the women's matchup. John still here with the call for you, and joining me alongside is Robbie Elliott. And Robbie, we got a great matchup just before Turkey Day, and happy Thanksgiving, my friend.
Happy Thanksgiving, my friend. We got a great one. We got a team in Lawrence Tech that's coming off their first win of the year. You know, it's always so tough to get that first one, whether it comes in the second game, whether it comes in the sixth game, whatever it may be, but it's always so relieving when it happens. It came against a winless Cleary team, a brand new program, and now they're looking to carry that momentum over into this one.
Dearborn is well getting only one win so far in their season. They're 1-4, and the opening tip-off goes to the Blue Devil, and Addie Nagel is going to bring things up. Down low to Jacobs. And a regular man-to-man type coverage underneath for Evans, and cannot finish out the layup. Rebounded by Barakat. Bringing things up is India Grissom. Grissom gives over to Miller. Around the pass off, back over to Miller. Takes a drive to the elbow, a kick out to Banks. Banks will do a pull-up, and it's just off the mark.
Two teams that are moving really well off ball, but just can't seem to get those shots to knock down here.
There you go, a quick bounce pass. Jacobs once more, so take a pull-up 18-footer off the mark and rebounded by Morgan Miller.
That's just not her game. I don't understand that thought process. However, you gotta see if the heat check is here. You gotta see how you're feeling, how the shot is. So
and
we'll see if we're gonna travel right here from U of M Dearborn.
Grissom was working a little bit too faster than her feet could tell. So we go the other way. That's the first turnover of the night. And if it was one thing that Grace Howergan wanted to change, it was definitely turnovers because they led in that last matchup against Cleary, even though winning that game.
Absolutely.
This way to Evans. Around for Long. She's got space. Maggie Long just off the mark and tipped and try to keep it in play. Evans picks it up in the corner and there's a wrestle for it. And the kick-out pass was intercepted by Malik. Sarah Malik down the lane. She's going to get fouled and go to the line.
You know, Maggie Long over here going back onto the offensive side for LTU. She may have missed that shot there, but she's a fearless shooter. She'll be shooting that shot again, and I'm sure we'll be seeing her knock more than one of those down tonight.
Fouls on Addie Nagel. That's her first. And going to the line is Sarah Malik. Malik, in her junior year, she's a guard from White Lake, Michigan, and she knocked down first.
You know, that's my neck of the woods, John. I'm not too far from the White Lake area.
Malik has been, this is only her second start, and she's been only averaging just about over 2 points off the bench, but she gets her first 2 of the night in only her second start. So Nagel will bring things up. Dearborn has the early lead, just almost about 2 minutes in. A kick out to Long. Around the perimeter to Ferris. Nagel once more. A loft pass over and a tip from behind by Barricott and picked up by Grissom, but she's trapped and able to get around it. Outside to Banks. Quickly in transition. Miller picked up her dribble, gives way to Grissom. A switch on the defensive side. A kick out to Miller, top of the key. Down low, Barricott inside the paint. Miller again, a drive in. Kick out to Banks. Banks with a 3-ball, and it just rolls off. Rebounded by Evans.
Looking to slow the offense down here. I think it's going to be a point of emphasis. The fact that Kate Jacobs' height has got to get down as Maggie Long goes down and just can't convert. She gets fouled.
That's a good aggressive drive down the baseline. And it's one thing that this team always does, and we've seen it all year long, it is their aggressive drives, whether it be along that baseline or through the lane inside the paint. This team is aggressive when they're on their drives.
And I love the play design there. You know, Maggie knows that she can get down there. She has the ball handling skills to get down there freely. But they took Kate Jacobs, who's guarded by the biggest player on the U of M Dearborn team. They took her up top to allow that, you know, height disadvantage that Maggie kind of has so that she could go on one-on-one with the basket. Doesn't convert, but she's standing at the line with a chance to score 2. And she
perfect
does.
2. Long has only had 1 miss so far in the season, and now here's a new switch. This is the full court press, something that was not seen last year, but Ferris is going to be called for the foul. She tried to go for the reach-in.
Aggressive defense, man. It doesn't matter how early. It sets a team. It takes the momentum away from a team. It takes, you know, both teams at the start of both games are nervous, right? And to get in their face, you know, kind of counteracts those nerves on the defensive side and the offensive side. It makes those nerves even more. Great game plan here.
Down low, Barricott in a mismatch with Long. She kicks out. Miller from the corner, in and out. Rebounded by Ferris. Kicks it out to Nagel. Nagel getting things quickly down the court. Long thought about it. Barricott doing her best to guard up against Jacobs, one-on-one. Nagel.
Showing off those dribble moves. She might be the best ball handler on this team.
Long again. Analyzing her options, down low to Ferris. Shot clock down to 6. Ferris with the wraparound and off the mark, rebounded by Barricott.
You know, it may not have fallen, but she used her weight great there. She's going to get those to fall if she continues to play that way down there.
Barricott faked the pass, a drive down the lane. We get a call on the floor before the shot, so this will be an inbound play. It's going to be on Kate Jacobs. That's only her first. So Dearborn to inbound from underneath. Inbound to the Banks. Nearly got taken away by Evans. Banks inside the paint, a little floater try, and it just gets a friendly bounce. Banks with her
Dearborn
first.
using that same game plan that LTU was. Get the biggest players out of down low. They know Kate Jacobs is the biggest player in the court. They're moving her to the top of the key so that their guards can drive down low.
A kick out. Into the paint. Ferris, a drop step, and count it! Jay Ferris will go to the line.
Like I said, using her weight properly. That time she bends the knees a little bit, kind of backs her down, gets the foul and the and one.
Just as simple as they come with the movement. A simple drop says we get 2 subs coming in. Liv Linden and Gracie Bobo. Gracie Bobo off the bench in that last game dropped 15 points, all via the 3 ball. Probably the best bench performance we've seen so far.
Absolutely, the whole bench performance. They contributed 33 of the 58 points in that win. And we talked about this off air. Gracie Bobo and Liv Linden are 2 individuals who are going to have to step up with the absence of Dee Smith. And I think both of them are more than capable of playing on this team and doing a very good job.
Another substitute in for Dearborn as well. Emery Grolke is in as well, freshman forward. Grissom, pull-up jumper, just off the mark. Rebounded by Barricott. Another kick out. Grissom will try from 3 from the wing. Just off the heel, and a rebound by Malik. Malik will try a wraparound, and it just falls off. 3 straight misses for Dearborn on that possession. And now Linden taking the place of Nagel at the point guard. Linden inside the paint, had a mishandle, taken away by Grolke. Grolke down the lane, and it's going to be a foul. It almost looked like a travel there, too.
I was just going to say that. It did look a little bit like a travel, but we're seeing 2. I mean, they haven't converted, depending on what happens here at the line, but we've seen 2 turnovers that could have easily turned into free 2 points. That is going to be a point of emphasis, when their first timeouts, that we can't be giving up free points. We understand, U of M's not shooting the ball very well to begin this game, but that's not going to be in play the whole game. They are going to find their rhythm. They're going to find their shot. You can't be giving up free baskets in basketball.
1 sub in. That's Bailey Stymack. She replaces Sarah Malik. And for Lawrence Tech, that's already the third turnover so far, and we're about almost 5 minutes in, as these will be 2 free throws for Emily Grolke, a 5'11" freshman guard / forward. She's from Warren, Michigan, went to Lutheran Northwest High School. And for Grolke, this will be her 6th game, only averaging 7 off the bench. Goes 1 for 2. Linden will bring things up, tied up again. Only had 1 lead change in this low-scoring first quarter. Linden just inside the arc. Bobo, her first chance, off the heel. Rebounded by Barricott.
One thing to note about Gracie Bobo that you'll see all game when she's shooting, she's got such a quick release, and that's going to play to her advantage.
Grissom off the high glass. India Grissom with her first bucket, and that gives Dearborn back the lead. So quickly the other way. Long. Over to Bobo. Around the perimeter to Linden. Linden a drive down low. Pull up off the glass, using that to her advantage.
Look at the freshman getting a big basket there to get this thing back to tied up.
Grissom.
She goes on Grissom and plays great defense and gets the ball to go her way.
Off the foot, that'd be the 2nd turnover for Wolverines. As we go into our first media timeout, so we'll step away right after these messages.
Because every athlete deserves to be treated like a pro. Henry Ford Sports Medicine.
Chevy Silverado has what it takes to do it all. With a TurboMax engine and a 13.4-inch diagonal touchscreen. Any truck can help you make a living. This one helps you build a life. Chevy Silverado.
Or GM employees with a current eligible lease can get this Silverado for $299 a month. Chevy drives the Motor City. Visit ChevyDetroit.com.
Back here to action. We apologize for any technical difficulties. The other way we go. Ferris along 2, and she gets it. Ferris puts it up and nine up back.
There's a little
9.
bit of nod of confidence. You know, they've been getting great looks. It's not like they've been taking dumb shots, just haven't been falling. That's huge right there for Jade Ferris and the confidence of her and the rest of the squad.
Into the corner for Grissom, got around the screen. One-on-one with Linden, good pressure. Barricade down low, able to spin around, ball came loose and taken away by Evans.
Turnovers are starting to go their way now. Can they capitalize?
Long to Bobo. Back around the perimeter. Evans, a drive down the basket. Able to draw the contact, and Dominique Evans will get her first shots.
This is a huge opportunity right here to convert on a turnover. There's nothing more important than when you get those takeaways for them to turn into points. Dominique Evans has 2 opportunities to at least turn it in to 1 point.
Foul was on Maya Barricade. That's only her first. 14 fouls for Lawrence Tech. One more would put Michigan Dearborn within the bonus. And for Dearborn, they have that's their 3rd team shot, their 3rd team foul, I should say. They're 2 away from putting Lawrence Tech within the bonus.
Rare miss right there from Dominique Evans. She's an 80% free throw shooter on the season. As she
Makes the
down
second. Lawrence Tech back up top, only the 2nd lead change. Now the full court press. Malik was able to get through everybody. Malik down the lane, got around the arm of Ferris. What a finish by Sarah Malik.
Not much Ferris can do right there. You're one-on-one. You know that there's somebody in the corner. All you can do is put your hand up. It was great defense, but even better finish.
Down low again. Ferris working away inside the paint. Got around Grolke. Another strong finish by Jade Ferris.
Dipping, dodging. Jade Ferris is finishing super, super well right now.
To the corner, wide open. Miller off the heel, rebounded by Grolke. Takes her 2 steps, but misses the layup. Picked up by Ferris as Grolke missed a wide open shot. Nagel back in from the bench. Got around the screen. Keeps her dribble, gives way to Ferris. Back and forth they go. Nagel, an aggressive drive as she draws the contact, and it will be on Bailey Steinbeck.
The aggressive just drive, the aggressive nature that Addie Nagel plays with, she's gonna draw those all night. I mean, truthfully, watching her play, she plays so much bigger than she actually is. The athleticism shows, the ball handling skills. This is a player that has a ton of potential, and you're gonna get to see it tonight.
Inbound play from underneath on the 14th foul by Michigan Dearborn. Both teams now 1 foul away from putting the other into the bonus. Ferris again, one-on-1. A little fadeaway off the rim. Picked up by Miller. Quickly the other way, India Grissom. A bit of a mishap on the pass. Miller wasn't expecting it. A handoff to Malik. A kick out. Miller, she'll take her drive. Linden is there, and there's the charge.
Everything's now falling the Blue Devil way. They started off with having a turnover problem. Now they're getting turnovers of their own. They're not letting the extra chance buckets on those offensive rebounders by U of M, and they're drawing charges. This is the momentum flip that they needed. Let's see how it carries over.
Julia Huey in, 5th-year senior, gets her first sign of action here tonight as the Blue Devils are into the bonus with a minute 45 left to go in this first quarter. Nagel had a double option around the key. Gives way to Ferris, quickly down low. Jacobs took her bounce, able to work her way around. What a maneuver by Kate Jacobs.
Kate Jacobs said, Jade Ferris, step back. I'll show you how it's done, too. I can do just what you do.
Barricade. Faked around, right near the free throw line. Grolke will take a 3-ball chance here. She gets it. First 3-ball of the night, and it is to the freshman Grolke. And we're now back at 14. Back and forth we go. Nagel, a drive down the lane. Too strong a finish. Rebounded by Grolke. The other way. Fake the pass. Kick out. Malik, shot was short. Rebounded by Ferris. Under a minute left to go.
Nagel here you want to try and just wean as much time off the clock. Keep the momentum on your side.
Pull-up shot by Linden, too short. Picked up by Steinbeck.
I'm sure LTU would have liked to draw a little more time off that clock, but it wasn't a bad look
And
at
a
Ferris.
What a rejection by Jade Ferris. 32.8 left to go.
Jade Ferris has been a monster on both down low for both the offensive side and the defensive side.
For Ferris, that is her first block of the season. And she is one that they rely on a lot. Grokey, a little fadeaway shot off the mark, rebounded by Jacobs. Shot clock is off. Final seconds ticking down. As by correction, third block of the season for Jade Ferris. Nagel is going to let this wind down. Nagel drive down the lane with some contact, but she gets the finish. Nagel with the final shots. Lawrence Tech up by 2 after 1. Robbie, quick thoughts.
Let me just break down that play right there. I said earlier, Nagel plays so much bigger than she did. She drives so aggressive. She puts her shoulder down in the left, goes up with confidence, and drops it for a big bucket to take a lead at the end of the first quarter. I'm honestly impressed with the way they're playing down low. I think they're dominating. And Jade Ferris is someone to highlight. She has been an absolute menace on the offensive side and the defensive side, and I fully see that with her presence on the court that they're going to get Kate Jacobs involved as well. She's going to have more of an offensive presence in terms of the boards and scoring.
A 2-point differential is where we lead. And for Lawrence Tech, they're trying to do something that has not been done yet in program history. They have 19 wins against Michigan Dearborn. With a win tonight, it'll be the first time in program history that this program has ever had 20 wins against one opponent.
Well, they're off to a great start, but that's a milestone. This is a athletic department that is new. And for everyone that doesn't know, this is what? Remind me, John, is it the 4th season of this team, or is it the 5th?
Of this program?
For the LTU women's
This
basketball.
program's been around for 10 years, my friend.
My mistake. But once again, big monumental win could be coming here as they are up 16-14 at the end of 1.
We look at the stat totals. 6 of 15 for Lawrence Tech from field goal range, 5 of 15 on the side of Dearborn. Malik gives way to Stymick, to Grissom, and a drive. Aggressive drive inside the paint, kick out Grokey, one-on-one, but she's going to be called for the walk. We go back the other way with another turnover on the side of the Wolverines.
Once again, Jade Ferris, a name that I'll continue to talk about. The performance has been highlighted in the first, and she's starting to carry it over in the second.
There you go, down low to Jacobs. Jacobs able to work her feet down low, but they're going to call her for the travel. So back-to-back turnovers on both sides. And for Lawrence Tech, it's definitely the last thing they need on an offensive possession after a turnover. But Dearborn will take it. Malik gives way to Grissom. Grissom one-on-one with Nagel. A drive down the lane. An off-balance shot high off the glass and in for Grissom.
Nothing Nagel really could do there. It was just a great drive. She doesn't really have the height to get in front of that shot. Good bucket by Grissom. As she goes back up, he cannot convert.
Keeping it in play was Grokey. Right to Stymick, gives way to Malik. All alone underneath, decides to kick out. Malik again to Grissom, around the perimeter they go. Stymick down low, wide open, what a look and what a finish.
She put up the binos after as a celebration. Truly great vision right there.
Back to a 2-point lead, another lead change. That's the third of this game. Huey analyzing all of her options, gives way to Nagel. A long three by Long, in and out. Rebounded by Grokey. We work quickly. The Wolverines on the premise, and Grokey is going to be called for the walk as she carried the ball with her final 2 steps.
Just a lot of turnovers here, a little bit of sloppy basketball from both sides. Once again, that is going to play in the advantage of somebody when someone learns to convert on these opportunities. There you go.
They start the roulette. Ferris will pull up 4-2. Ferris with another bucket.
Just like that. Convert on the turnovers, Jade Ferris. Once again, great jump shot.
Grolke. A bounce pass down low, but intercepted. Taken away. Here's Nagel. Giving over to Huey. Huey down the baseline, and they're going to call the block. Almost a wide open look down there for Julia Huey, and she decides to take it down the baseline and get the foul called as we get a sub coming in. Morgan Miller back.
The aggressive play by LTU down low, like we pointed out earlier on, it's going to play to their advantage, man. Nobody's going to want to step in front of these girls.
Long inside the paint with some contact. Maggie Long will go to the line.
If it ain't broke, don't fix it, right? Keep driving, keep drawing those fouls. They're going to keep coming. I mean, like I said, nobody's going to want to stand in front of them, so if they're going to play loose, keep driving. These things are going to fall. They're going to turn into three-point plays like that, but they'll take free shots whenever they can get them.
Another sub in. Shyla Bond is into the contest for the first time, a sophomore guard from Ypsilanti, and a transfer from Washtenaw Community College.
Maggie Long is a 87.5% free throw shooter on the year. She makes her first one and her second. Maggie Long is truly probably the best shooter on this team. Her percentages on the year, she's 37% from the field and 37% from three. And like I said earlier too, just a fearless shooter.
A tip pass, and taken away by Jacobs. Another turnover, and quickly Lawrence Tech goes the other way. Trying to convert off of it. Long down the baseline, got trapped from behind. And once again, Maggie Long is fouled. This will be only an inbound play.
Chaos under the basket, man. They are just creating chaos.
13 foul for U of M Dearborn in this quarter. Inside the paint. Jacobs trying to wrap around through a double team and missed the mark.
That's a play where we talked about this off air, where you'd like her to see kind of use her legs a little more, use her weight and her leverage and her size. She can't convert there, but expect those to start falling.
Bond with a three. Her first chance and her first make.
A rare three-pointer of the night, only the second three-pointer made by U of M Dearborn and by both of these teams.
Bounce down low. Ferris one-on-one with Grolke. Too strong on the finish. Rebounded by Miller. Miller one-on-one with Long. Picked up her dribble. Gives way to Grolke. She'll take another three-ball chance. It's in and out. A foul away from the ball. It's going to go back to Lawrence Tech. And that's the 14th foul on U of M Dearborn. And Gracie Bobo's back in, along. She replaces Julia Huey. Analyzing the options, a give and go. Kick out. Ferris, another give and go to Nagel. A long 18-footer shot off the mark, picked up by Miller. Gives way to Grissom. Grissom around the screen, one-on-one, but we're going to get a foul called. They're going to get Jacobs for a bit of a shove. It's only the first foul on Lawrence Tech in this quarter. That's the second on Kate Jacobs.
And she's going to get subbed out here, replaced by Dominique Evans and Liv Linden.
There's 6 players on the court.
I was just going to say, that was a 2-for-1 sub.
And they're trying to get the attention of Addie Nagel. And therefore, both subs are legal. Play resumes. Grolke down low to Barricott. Barricott around the net. Got her own rebound. Can't put it on the second chance. Rebounded by Evans. Over to Linden. Linden has all kinds of space. A kick out. Bobo from the corner. Got it.
Bobo was clapping for that ball like she knew. She had confidence from that corner. She's been an absolute lights-out shooter these past 2 games. She scored all 15 points in that Cleary game with the 3 ball, 5 of 9 from 3. She was 5 from 10 from the field altogether. She can shoot the 3 ball really well. Expect her to get more looks.
Good pressure by Evans, but the good finish by Bearcott. And that 3 ball by Gracie Bowe was the first 3 ball of the night for Lawrence Tech. Evans to Long. Long down the baseline with some contact, but she's going to be called for the walk before she can get a shot off.
She just went up too early and didn't have the angle that she wanted. She came back down to get the foul.
That is only the 6th turnover for Lawrence Tech. And we go to our second media timeout of this game, so we'll step aside. We'll be right back. We're now up at 23.
Curiosity arrives, lighting a path you tenaciously pursue. The unknown presents new challenges, drawing you to a future ready for change. You'll find your calling is closer than imagined. A destination with all the technology and tools to make magic. Lawrence Technological University. Be curious. Make magic.
At Michigan First Mortgage, we believe a home is more than just 4 walls. It's endless possibilities, where relationships are strengthened and next steps are taken. It's a place to call your very own, where you can create new traditions and welcome family with open arms. And at Michigan First, it's at the heart of everything we do. Let us help you discover the possibilities of home.
Turnovers are 9-6 in favor of U of M Dearborn. So for Lawrence Tech, they're in good shape as to where they're at right now within this game. But another thing to point out here, Robbie, is that 9 bench points contributed on the side of the Wolverines, only 5 on the side of Lawrence Tech. Yeah. And for Lawrence Tech, that's what they contributed most with the last game against Cleary. But now the Wolverines looking to retake the lead again. We've had multiple lead changes. Banks gives way to Miller. Inside the paint, a good aggressive drive. What a finish by Morgan Miller.
You can see Liv Linden a little upset by that call, but it was a great finish by Miller.
Nothing that Liv Linden can do. She gets called for her first foul. And only the second team foul on Lawrence Tech. But Miller with a 3-point opportunity. And she finishes that one off. 3-point lead now for U of M Dearborn. One of the more largest leads of this game. This game has been tight from the get-go.
It's been back and forth trading punches.
Long pass, Bobo, she'll take another chance. Gracie Bobo, 2 for 2.
She's got the hot hand, ladies and gentlemen.
Gracie Bobo, in only her 4th game played, has basically shown up in the last 2. Trying to make these minutes count the most. A switch. Evans now on Grissom. Banks inside to Bearcott. 1-on-1, a near double team, a kick out. Grissom thought about the shot, a good fake, a pull-up jumper, and that one's good by India Grissom. 3.5 minutes left to go in this first half. Linden. Down low, but a hit from behind, a tip, and a brief game by Linden. The shot clock did not reset. Linden picked up her dribble. Again, they try down low to Ferris. Ferris will concede for the jumper. It's off the mark, and it's a race for it. Picked up by Banks. Banks quickly down the court. 1-on-1 with Evans. Analyzing all of her options. Gives way to Malik. Malik, a wide open lane, but cannot finish it. And a good tassel for the finish of the rebound by Ferris. Linden.
Ferris has just been going up with everybody, man. She just went up on 2 women and got that to fall. She hits the...
In and out. Loose ball pick up by Malik. Play the other way. Sarah Malik. Gives over to Jordan Banks. Banks inside the paint. In and out off the rim. Slowing things down. Now by the direction of Grace Howergan. Linden bringing things up. Lawrence Tech is now 9 of 25 of field goal attempts. 2 out of 6 from three-point range. Linden analyzing all of her options. A long feed pass. Shot clock is down to 5. A jump back three was tipped by Grissom. And now Grissom will take things the other way with some speed. A little floater trying to get the glass. Rebounded by Barricott. It's a jump ball for it. And it's going to go back to Lawrence Tech.
The freshman playing aggressive, wanting to earn those minutes. We talked about it at the end of that first quarter with that great sequence she had in here. She's just playing hard. She got up there with a little bit of aggression, kind of wanting to get in the face a little bit. That's the energy you want to see from a freshman trying to earn minutes.
Nagel and Sierra Robinson making her first appearance of this one. Robinson, one of the other young talents coming over with Dee Dee Smith from Flint Carmen Ainsworth. Smith is out with a concussion protocol in their game against Concordia. She'll be back in action when Lawrence Tech takes on Wayne State in an exhibition game. But in the meantime, down low to Ferris. Ferris one-on-one inside the paint, trying to dig the elbow in there, but she's fouled on the way up. And a little bit of frustration shown on the side of Barricott, and also third-year coach Brooke Bowers.
U of M Dearborn just doesn't really have an answer down low. It seems like every shot that goes up, Lawrence Tech is getting fouled on. And why? And they're going to keep attacking that until they can fix that issue. And Jade Ferris has been the person that they've just been going to and relying on for that. She's been drawing double teams. She's just been a monster down there.
Ferris and Jacobs have the lead right now for the team in points as she misses the first. That's a second foul on Maya Barricott. She is a native of Dearborn, so recruited locally. Went to Crestwood High School, so definitely local enough to be a part of this talented roster. Ferris goes 1 for 2. 1-point game with under 2 minutes left to go in this very low-scoring affair early on in this first half. And that's what kind of we expected with teams that know each other very well and almost are very even on the stats. Miller.
Absolutely.
Miller got a rejection, but the foul is called on Ferris. Grace Howergan in the bench in disbelief because we can almost hear it from up here that Ferris got a lot of ball on that.
A lot of ball might be an understatement. She might have got all ball there right there. We can't see that angle down there, but that was a loud block.
Miller makes the first, only the second foul on Jade Ferris. 3 team fouls for Lawrence Tech. Lawrence Tech is within the bonus, so any fouls committed by U of M Dearborn will send them to the line. Miller goes 2 for 2 as we get a sub in, and it's Gracie Mitchell. Mitchell, another one of the seniors on this team, Perrysburg, Ohio native. Another one at the 6-foot frame. Long gets to Mitchell, her first chance. Able to fake around underneath. Mitchell trying to put it up and cannot finish it.
A little bit of hesitation there. That might be a little bit of the rustiness just coming off the bench, but that was a great look by Mitchell.
Stripped away, picked up by Grolke. Off balance shot and was well defended by Gracie Mitchell. Picked up by Bobo, gives way to Robinson. Under a minute left to go. 3-point game led by the Wolverines. Long off the screen. Long step back. 3 balls off the heel. And Grissom last touched it out of bounds, so this is going to stay with Lawrence Tech. Almost interesting. That ball was going to go out of bounds. They go back to Dearborn. I don't think Grissom recognized it.
I don't think so either, because she also didn't even try to play that off of Bobo. Bobo was right there. She could have played that off her leg and gotten that ball back in their possession. A little bit of lack of awareness right there, but the game happened so fast, you can't blame them.
Lawrence Tech with a gift and a fresh shot clock. Nearly taken away by Stymick. They had Bobo open from the wing. A pull-up jumper, but it's fouled from behind. Nagel, scrappy as always, faked the shot, pulls up, and gets the contact.
It's truly been impressive just watching her in this half so far. The scrappiness of a player that is standing at only 5'3". The senior guard is shown out in this one, drawing a ton of fouls.
Makes her first. Another one would make it a 1-point game, and Lawrence Tech would need a quick turnover in order to try to take a lead with 32.7 left to go. This has been low scoring, but we kind of predicted it like this way because these teams are so close within the stat lines.
There's not gaudy percentages from either team. They're scrappy. They're going to draw your fouls. You're going to get your points at the line. You're going to get your points. You're going to have to fight for your points is what I meant to say.
There's about a 2-second difference between the play clock and the shot clock. So Grissom's going to let this wind all the way down to try to add on to the Dearborn lead. Grissom keeping her dribble, one-on-one with Nagel. Got through the lane, and it's a jump ball. Great pressure by Nagel, but the possession's going to stay with the Wolverines with 3 seconds left on the shot clock.
This is going to be one of those examples of catch and shoot. You're going to see who they think is their best shooter here.
They get it to Grolke, a handoff to Miller, and it's going to be a shot clock violation. Lawrence Tech will have one more chance to make this close and possibly take the lead before the half.
I don't understand trying to, get an open look there. I think you create that off ball with your movements and, like I said, catch and shoot. But, hey, I'm not down there playing. I'm not down there coaching. What do I know?
2 seconds left. This is going to be a tough one. Inbounded to Nagel, and try as she might. U of M Dearborn is leading by 1, 30-29. What has been a low scoring, but yet high intensity and a lot of contact here.
A lot of contact is right, John. This has been a story of who can get that ball down the low fastest and draw that foul first, right? We've seen it on the Lawrence Tech side down here on your right side, and then over on Lawrence Tech offensively, they've just been kind of peppering down there. They've just been sending everyone driving aggressively like they do all year. But why not, right? If you're going to get sent to the line basically every time, if it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Well, this will be an interesting second half to come, but this is halftime, so we'll return in a moment after about 15 minutes. Welcome back, everybody, to our very close women's basketball matchup. Lawrence Tech and U of M Dearborn is a 30-29 game. Low scoring, but a lot of hard contact. And Robbie, you and I were talking at the half, the fact that U of M Dearborn is leading 16-10 with points in the paint, and the turnovers are already high, 10-9 in favor of Dearborn. The fact is that Lawrence Tech, they just had all their shots getting down.
Right. I think it's a tale of two stories. They've gotten great looks down low offensively. Like you said, they haven't been able to fall down. But I do think that as a team, they could be a little bit more aggressive down there and preventing some of the open looks that U of M is getting.
Down low to Ferris, right outside the box, works her way inside the paint, trying to wrap around. Off the mark, and quickly on it, Dominique Evans, fresh shot clock, Lawrence Tech to reset. And we get a whistle. And we're going to get a foul away from the ball.
Interesting. I was going to comment, though, there's something we have not seen, and that is in a second chance effort, a second opportunity to score with an offensive rebound right there by Dominique Evans.
So by correction, the ball did not hit the rim, so therefore the shot clock did reset by accident. So it's 10 seconds left. It's being inbounded from underneath, tipped, and it was last touched by Maggie Long.
U of M may have committed a lot of fouls in that first half, but the aggressiveness, making them earn their points at the line, it pays off sometimes because you're not always going to get called. There's aggressive play right there in the corner, forces a turnover, and now U of M's rolling.
Grissom around the screen, a kick out. Barricott one-on-one with Evans, able to change up her hands in the dribble, rebounded by Jacobs. The other way we go with Addie Nagel. Nearly thought about the pass, having trouble with the dribble. A handoff to Evans. Evans had hers taken away, but picked it by Ferris. To the corner for Maggie Long. She gets the three.
I was just about to say, U of M saw Maggie Long not knock down those threes earlier on. And they say, hey, how about we double and leave her wide open? Yeah, wrong decision. She's going to shoot that every time, and she's going to start making those.
Around the perimeter to Banks. Give and go to Morgan Miller. Miller around Evans, good pressure, and it results in another rebound of Kate Jacobs.
That's a way to be controlled but aggressive on defense. Back-to-back stops now down low for LTU.
Ferris, bounce pass underneath. Jacobs had trouble with it, picked it up, able to work her way underneath, and a good strip block by Barricott.
We talked about this at the half as well. Using the drop step, dipping under the shoulders is something that LTU needs to start using down low to start contributing, getting even better looks and more higher percentage looks. Let's see if we see that in the second half.
Another inbound. Maggie Long from the wing. Another three from Maggie Long.
I said it at the beginning, ladies and gentlemen. Don't let her get hot. Deuce is just with her second three of the night.
First player up to double digits in this game, and that is Maggie Long. Able to get around was Miller, or make that Malik. Banks lost the handle. A takeaway by Ferris is able to slow things down, and Grace Harrigan wants everybody to slow down just a bit.
Right, I don't think everyone was on the same page. They were slowing it down. I think they wanted to press it down the court a little bit, but hey, still got possession, still a big turnover. Let's see how they convert.
A give and go. Nagel over to Evans. Evans down the baseline, put the shoulder in there, and it's going to pay off. Dominique Evans will go to the line as Banks gets called for the foul. Jordan Banks.
Great drive there by Dominique Evans. Drawing that foul. She's going to have to earn them. Once again, these are two teams that are shooting very well from the free throw line. LTU specifically, I think they've only missed one on the night.
3 fouls on Jordan Banks, the junior guard from Farmington Hills. Went to Bloomfield Hills High School. Another one of great basketball programs out there.
Right around the corner, too.
Yep. There's a lot of great basketball talent, especially within the high school areas around here.
Absolutely. You want to talk about Bloomfield, you just talk about West Bloomfield, who is just in the state title game last year.
A lot to like.
All over this state, especially in southeast Detroit. Or southeast Michigan, I'm sorry.
Lawrence Tech with the largest lead, and it might get bigger as Evans with the steal, and Evans with the finish.
Coach Grace Howdren would be so happy with that because I heard her talking as I walked by that she wants LTU to be more aggressive on defense. That right there is what she's looking for.
Brooke Bowers is going to call a timeout. And originally it was going to be a 30-second, but now they will use it as a media timeout. But Lawrence Tech on a 9-point run will step aside for the moment.
Because every athlete deserves to be treated like a pro. Henry Ford Sports Medicine.
Chevy Silverado has what it takes to do it all. With a TurboMax engine and a 13.4-inch diagonal touchscreen. Any truck can help you make a living. This one helps you build a life. Chevy Silverado.
Or GM employees with a current eligible lease can get this Silverado for $299 a month. Chevy drives the Motor City. Visit ChevyDetroit.com.
Back to action real quick. Malik in and out, well defended by Long. Gives way to Miller. Miller on the switch. Gives way to Groge. And that one was tipped. Grissom thought about the three from the corner, a kick out. Malik, they thought about it, a little floater, and it's off the mark. Rebounded by Jacobs. Jacobs has had 3 rebounds with the early on in this third quarter.
We knew coming into this game that she'd be huge rebounding. As long as she can get those shots fall, she's going to stay on the court. But one thing I wanted to point out real quick is the adjustment made by LTU defensively. They are swarming to the basketball, especially down low. That is going to be huge to their success.
And it's going to pay off again with their move down low as they're going to get Brokey. Freshman guard going to be called for another foul. That's actually only her first. That's the second team foul on U of M Dearborn. We saw the fouls pile up within the second quarter of the first half. Kick out to Long, thought about it, got around the screen. A little floater from inside the paint. In and out, rebounded by Bearcott.
It's a great job by Jacobs, opening up her player for an open lane down and get that floater. Maybe should have drove it a little more, but hey, once again, an open look.
A mismatch. Bearcott on Nagel, but she cannot convert. And then Nagel on the missed pass. All the way up for Long. Long, a pull-up three is well short, but right there to grab it was Ferris, but then taken away by Malik.
I said she's fearless. Well, she might have been a little too fearless right there.
The entire bench saw that Malik stepped out of bounds, but play continues the other way. Bearcott one-on-one with Jacobs. Jacobs is going to be called for the foul as she tried to go for the block.
It's a great use of size, though. It may have resulted in a foul, but once again, the aggressiveness needs to be highlighted. It needs to be executed, and they're doing a great job so far. Make those players earn those points at the line.
Gracie Bobo is back in. She's going to replace Jacobs, so more of a guard-heavy lineup. The only forward you have out there is Jade Ferris, and you have multiple shooting options. You got Gracie Bobo, you got Maggie Long, your three-point options, then you got Evans and Nagel, your inside twos.
Right, and the thought process also is not only do they have great three-point options, but they're getting fouled so much down low that these are players that are going to convert at the line at a high percentage. It's a great game plan, in my opinion.
Bearcott made the first. Goes 2 for 2. Very consistent. Here's Maya Bearcott. Back to a 7-point lead. The largest lead that we've had was 9, courtesy of Lawrence Tech going on a multiple-point run. Long, the Ferris, around the wheel they go. Bobo analyzing all of her options. Inside to Nagel, got blocked up. Long thought about the three. Pulls up, a kick out. Ferris, down low to Evans. One-on-one with Grissom. Evans through the traffic. And once again, Evans will go to the line. Game plan is working.
The game plan is working. Get it down low, draw the fouls, and let your shooters shoot at the free throw line. Dominique Evans, an 80% free throw shooter. This is the type of looks that they want.
Foul was on Indian Grissom. That was her first. Grissom is a Detroit native, and she went to John Glenn High School, 5'6" junior guard. Evans, a longtime member of this program. is definitely the word of grit. Willing to play through as many injuries as she can definitely get herself. As we see that leg brace, she has been dealing with that knee injury most of her basketball career, and then last year dealt with a huge shoulder issue, but she continued to play through it, and it's going to pay off even more down the stretch. Miller inside of Barricott, always on a switch, one-on-one with Ferris. Barricott got through the lane, well defended, got a rebound, and Barricott puts it up and in.
That is the only thing that we're going to probably see a little bit more with this guard-heavy lineup is that Barricott is going to eat down there. She is going to get more rebounds just because she's got the height advantage standing at 5'11".
There you go. Out to Long. Bounce pass down low to Evans. Again with Grissom. Evans missed on it. Rebounded by Barricott. U of M Dearborn is still leading with points in the paint, and Grissom with a little floater try, and this is going to force Grace Howard to call a timeout. This is going to be a 30-second timeout taken.
I got to think the message right there is going to be right at Gracie Bobo and say, you got to get in the hand, you got to get in her face a little bit, you got to get your arms up. She had too much space and too much just ability to drive that lane and let that floater go up.
And it appears that this was actually a full timeout taken, but while we have the full time, we still mention that it's now up to 20 points in the paint compared to the 12 of Lawrence Tech. And even though that we say that the game plan is work down low and eventually they'll fall, and that form of falling is at the free-throw line by having them commit the fouls.
Right. That is exactly it. If you probably factor in those points, because technically you can call those points, quote-unquote, down low when they're drawing the fouls and going to the line and converting their free throws. It's probably pretty even out. It's probably why they're in the lead right now because, they're trying to set up the three ball with Maggie Long, but as she started to cool down again, they started going back down low with this guard-heavy lineup and letting those shooters shoot at the free throw line.
But one thing that's definitely helped Lawrence Tech is definitely with the turnovers that they've created for themselves. 6 steals compared to the 4 of the Wolverines. And the points off turnovers, Lawrence Tech leading in that category 13-10.
That's huge. That is always huge to convert on turnovers. And I think a little bit more game plan defensively, too, is we saw a little bit at the beginning of that half just swarming to the basketball. Force them to shoot the outside ball. We know that they don't want to take those 3 balls. They don't got many shooters on here that are shooting above the 32% mark. So forcing the ball outside, making their shooters earn those baskets out there would be a great thing to see.
Liv Linden back in after the timeout. Still more heavy guard and shooting options. They still work down low to Ferris. Ferris one-on-one with Barricott inside the paint, able to fake around her route. Just off the mark, rebounded by Grolke. And Grolke working quickly the other way. Gives way to Grissom. Grissom has 8 points on the night. And matching her is Maya Barricott. U of M Dearborn has 2 players almost into double digits. Barricott trying to work her way against Ferris. Got stopped up to the corner. Malik off the mark. Got through the hands of Miller, picked up by Gracie Bobo.
That was a great job by Linden, coming down, sinking, forcing the double team, forcing them to shoot it, to pass it outside. Like I said, they get the ball back.
Bobo will take another 3-ball chance. She is on fire. Three balls on the night for Gracie Bobo.
If it ain't gonna be deuces, it's gonna be number 1. It's gonna be sticks. Gracie Bobo just shooting the lights out the gym this half.
Bobo is 3 out of 3, matching her performance from a game ago off the bench. Got around, Barricott with the contact, and Maya Barricott again is going to go to the line. She's been busy down there. You can see the exhaustion on her face.
You would expect a little bit of a better reaction out of her, free, uncontested shots at the free throw line, but like you said, a little bit of exhaustion setting in. She's been sent to the line quite often tonight.
She's definitely been one of the more standout stars on that roster for the Wolverines. This will be 2 shots to boot. 2 team fouls for Lawrence Tech and 3 on the side of U of M Dearborn.
Yeah, she's been working up against Kate Jacobs all night, who stands about 4 inches taller than her, 4 to 5 inches, and she's kind of dominated. She has used her weight super well. She's been physical, she's been aggressive, and just made her presence known.
Barricott at the 5'10" frame, but also dealing with Jade Ferris and a bunch of other forward options as Linden makes the option because Jade Ferris is still at the 6-foot frame. So you still have a 2-inch height advantage, but definitely works out in favor of Lawrence Tech as they're trying to work their way down there again. A kick out to Evans. Around the perimeter, Linden trying to get to Ferris, but well guarded by Barricott. Bobo at the top of the key, gives way to Long. Maggie Long inside the paint, got through the contact, it was stripped away, and it stays with Lawrence Tech.
I mean, it was a great drive, but once again, it's even better defense. She was going to draw a double anyway from Barricott. I think she saw Barricott in the corner of her eye, got a little hesitant, which resulted in the block.
Evans, shot clock is down to 3. What a spin, what a finish by Evans.
That is how you finish. Dominique Evans, that was textbook.
Back to a 9-point lead. Grissom is going to go to the line again. The entire bench is in disbelief of that foul. They're going to call it on Maggie Long. Grace Howard wanting an explanation.
I'm not an official, but I do have a little bit of question from up here seeing that. That reaction is very warranted.
Official is explaining it to Grace Howard as the free throw shots are going down by India Grissom. Apparently must have saw something in which she did not. So no matter what the case is, and no matter what the explanation is, the result is the free throws. And for U of M Dearborn, these are crucial for them as Grissom makes both of them. And that knocks it down to a 5-point game.
It's after moments like that where you're a little frustrated by the call that you need to just slow the offense down. They're going to press to try and pressure them. However, slow it down, let everyone catch their breath, and focus on and put their minds onto this possession.
Linden working one-on-one, good dribbling up the court. Gives way to Evans. Evans down low, and again, Evans draws contact, and Dominique Evans once again to the charity stripe.
That's the perfect answer after a frustrating call down low. You go and get one. You go be aggressive and attack. Now they're back at the line. Dominique Evans again. Someone that I'm pretty sure by the end of the night, U of M Dearborn is going to be sick of seeing at the line.
Evans has 9 points on the night. Give her 10. Second player for Lawrence Tech with double digits. India Grissom with her 2 free throws that put her up in 10. First player for the Wolverines with double digits on the night. Makes both. Lawrence Tech 15 out of 17 from the line as a team here tonight. 11 out of 13 is the Wolverines. Both these teams really going bucket for bucket. Grolke to the corner, wide open is Stymick, and it's off the heel, rebounded by Bobo.
Just a great job again. Force that ball outside as we get a whistle here.
I guess the shot clock did not start properly in time, or let alone the play clock. So this is the second clock violation which has caused a stop and play, and this will be another inbound. So no harm, no foul on either side. They give to Bobo, it has some space. Bobo with another, give her 4 in the night.
The hot hand carries over her 4th 3 of the night. The freshman is earning those minutes quickly.
And a good takeaway, knock away by Evans, forces an inbound play. Lawrence Tech is having themselves a good, strong third quarter with under 2 minutes left to go. Bobo now up to 10. 3 players for the Blue Devils in double digits.
That goes credit. That defensive play right there goes credit to Bobo as she gets driven on and does not give up the basket.
On the fast break, Evans analyzing her options, step around, and right there is Linden, but got off her hands and it's picked up by Grolke. Quickly the other way, down low, picked up by Banks, nearly stepped out of bounds, inside, and they're going to call the foul on Linden, and Banks is going to go to the line for the 4th team foul on Lawrence Tech.
The momentum is starting to flip, and they're just trying to, it would have been huge to convert on that turnover right there, but once again, when you see a big 3 ball get dropped, then you start seeing players get a little more aggressive and feel a little bit more confident. That is huge, the contributions that the freshman, Gracie Bobo, is contributing.
Bobo's actually in her sophomore year. Is still a member of last year's team. Got a lot of playing time early on and kind of struggled a bit along with the rest of that freshman class of last year. And then they changed things up. They brought in Kate Jacobs and still kept things consistent, working down low. So it's only a matter of time for when everybody learns and everybody adjusts, makes adjustments, and then it's for moments like this. Bobo has made so many 3-pointers within the last 2 games. She's going to get more time with the absence of Dee Dee Smith.
Absolutely.
Nagel back in, off the bench. Evans working down low, in one motion, but still it's going to be a travel on Kate Jacobs. Jacobs, that's her second turnover. Still trying to work fast with her own feet. Banks, one-on-one with Bobo. He got stopped up right at the elbow. Linden, one-on-one with Stymek. A quick three by Banks is off the mark, and another rebound by Jacobs. The other way we go with Nagel. To Jacobs. Nagel again. Linden got through her, and it's loose ball. And this is going to be a jump ball. It's going to go back to the Wolverines.
Just a tough break right there. You got to be ready for those passes. It's small mistakes like that can contribute and allow that momentum to shift right out from under you.
And talking about rebounds, three players for Lawrence Tech at 5. Maya Barricott is at 8 for U of M Dearborn, and for U of M Dearborn, they were leading the rebound category, in which that was one category in which Grace Howard wanted to make sure that they led all year around. Grissom faked it around. Grissom with another bucket. She's up to 12.
I think it says so much about Barricott as a player because this whole team in general has got so much height advantage. This is a bigger, taller team in LTU, but Barricott has just been a dominant force down there.
Shot clock is off. Lawrence Tech trying to work it down. Bobo down low to Evans. Evans will pull it up from inside the paint right before the buzzer. One last chance, and U of M Dearborn elects not to shoot. Evans with this finish. Lawrence Tech with an 11-point lead as we go into the fourth quarter.
I mean, personally, just the ability to score down low, the shots are starting to fall has been huge. But we got to give it up to Miss Gracie Bobo. She has just been unconscious from 3. The sophomore she has truly taken this team and just carried them with the amount of momentum that she's been able to create and energy she's able to create on that bench, and just in all of her other teammates, giving them confidence that they can get the ball in the basket.
Out of 16 minutes worth, Gracie Bobo is 4 out of 5 from three-point range. 4 out of 6 from the field goal range, 3 total rebounds to contribute, 1 assist, and only 1 turnover. Those are impressive numbers for somebody off the bench, would you not say so?
I would say so. And it's funny because it's like I'm looking right at the Cleary stat line too. She shot 5 for 9 from 3 and was 5 for 10 from the field. She made all of her shots from beyond the arc and only took 1 other shot that wasn't a three-pointer.
And Lawrence Tech has retaken the lead for rebounds, 27-26, but all the other stat lines, they're not that far apart. I mean, the three-point range, 6 of 13, 2 out of 11. Lawrence Tech, because of Gracie Bobo, has taken over the lead for that. But even the field goals are neck and neck. 14 out of 39 for U of M Dearborn, 16 out of 43 for Lawrence Tech. And even though this is an 11-point game, anything can happen at this point because these teams are well known.
They are. They know each other so well. We just commented earlier on about how this is about to be, if the LTU holds on and wins in this fourth quarter, it'll be their 20th victory against them. It just shows how much time that these two teams have had. They know, the coaches know how they're going to play, how they're going to react to different things. We shall see.
Final 10 minutes of this game of our opening, of our night doubleheader right before Turkey Day. And right before Lawrence Tech goes on a very difficult road trip, Bobo picked up her dribble, has to get rid of it, and she does so right before the countdown. Nagel got around the screen. Jacobs faked the handoff, got some contact, but it's going to be called for another travel.
Kate Jacobs is an individual who can really take over a game. We saw that against St. Xavier. 15 points, 10 rebounds. The double-double was huge. But she does run into these stunts where she just kind of, maybe doesn't convert well down low. She gets herself into foul trouble. But this is someone who can really take over the boards. But once she hasn't even really been able to do that, as credit to Barricott. However, if they can start seeing her get involved well, I think they'll pull away with this one.
Grissom takes a drive down low, and she got a hand in. A three-point play opportunity is coming to India Grissom, as she is up to 14 and with the chance to make it 15 on the night.
Just another example of unaggressive defense, letting her kind of go down the lane and not trying to get a shot. If you know she's gonna go up and get fouled, so why not at least try to prevent the three-point play from happening?
That is the 4th foul on Kate Jacobs. So got to be cautious, and Grace Haugen just does that as she subs in Jade Ferris.
And
Grissom is up to 15.
She's actually talking to Kate Jacobs right over there on the bench, just telling her to put her hands up, get at least in her way a little bit, block her vision of the basket, do something to prevent her from an opportunity to get a three-point play.
Back down to underneath, all alone. Long goes for the reverse layup and cannot convert. Rebounded by Banks. Maybe a better pass would have gotten it, but in the meantime, Maggie Long was wide open, but we quickly go the other way. Ball is loose, and it's a battle for it. It's a jump ball, and it goes right back to the Blue Devils.
Addie Nagel just playing fierce, playing aggressive. That's the stuff you like to see in these close-knit games.
And that is just not giving up. Even though that they missed a wide open opportunity at the other end, this team does not give in, and that resulted in a takeaway.
Goldfish memory, John. We talk about it so much in sports. It attributes to all sports, not just the sport we play in baseball.
As by correction, the possession stayed with U of M Dearborn, but they're going to call another foul. So the possession arrow was at the way. Because Lawrence Tech had the opening possession, therefore the possession arrow went to the side of the Wolverines. And after that jump ball, it has now been switched over. So the next jump ball would give it to Lawrence Tech. As that is also the 4th foul on Jade Ferris. So both their star forwards are in foul trouble early on in this 4th quarter.
And look who's back at the line, Miss Bearcat. Seems like, there's been so many free throw opportunities from both these teams, and it seems like they've all been taken by either Dominique Evans from Lawrence Tech or Maya Bearcat from the
And for Maya
Wolverines.
Bearcat, she's only her sophomore year. There's not a single senior on this squad for U of M Dearborn. But so that means that there is just a lot of youth like to build this program up. And as Bearcat's going off limping. So not a good sign for Dearborn. So as she's stretching out the one leg that she has heavily taped up and with the full-on leg brace. So all the main forwards in this game, some are in foul trouble, some are dealing with injuries. Long down the lane in a double team. Got stripped from behind. It's a loose ball picked up by Jacobs and cannot put it in. And it's another jump ball, and he's going to stay with Lawrence Tech.
It's a great effort right there by Kate Jacobs to keep the play alive and keep the possession in the hands of the Blue Devils.
But as we just witnessed, we have 2 forwards with 4 fouls on Lawrence Tech. The star forward for U of M Dearborn is dealing with an injury. This is going to really come down to who steps up. Evans, foot drug, and it's going to be a travel. We've seen a lot of travels called, and that time it was just by trying to hold up on her feet and the foot drug across.
Yep, it's been a lot of, trying to jump down and kind of slipping and sliding, just not being able to keep their feet set when they plant. It's been a big cause of turnovers.
Malik able to reverse the engines. A little floater from inside the paint, picked up by Long, and Long might have gotten a hand to the face, but she's going to wear it off. Under 8 minutes left to go. And what is a 6-point game? A give and go. Nagel down the lane. Nagel with a strong finish.
The athleticism is shining from number 13 tonight.
Nagel's as scrappy as they come. Grit all the way around. Give it to Malik. A give and go to Miller. Miller able to get around, trying to back her way inside the paint. From the top of the key. Banks, she gets it.
For a team that hasn't shot the 3-ball well tonight, that one was the biggest of the night.
That knocks it down to a 5-point game. Another give and go. Nagel fake the screen. Over to Bobo. Wide open. Gracie Bobo off the mark. Only her second miss. Quickly the other way. Jordan Banks. Banks pulls up. Gives it to Grissom. Grissom working her way around. A spin around. Rebounded by Jacobs. That's her 6th of the night. Grace Haugen's going to slow things down, but Nagel is going to keep it moving on the pace. And over to Evans. Around the perimeter. Down low. Jacobs. A kick out. Evans over to Nagel. And once again, Nagel, along with the Blue Devils, are walking one too many times.
They are walking one too many times. It's another case of not being able to keep both those feet on the ground and set.
Another sub, and Nyla Hood is making her first appearance of this game. A 5'4" junior guard from Ypsilanti and went to Ypsilanti High School. She's going to bring things up. Got around the screen to Miller. Gets to Banks. Banks, one-on-one with Linden. Got around, but we got to get an illegal screen, call an offensive foul on Morgan Miller.
This game truly, when it all comes said and done, we're going to be able to see and determine what team is capitalizing off these turnovers the best. And right now it has been Lawrence Tech. However, Lawrence Tech is giving U of M every opportunity to do just the same.
Linden bringing things up. Down low, and it's going to be a foul from behind. They're going to get Banks. Jordan Banks, junior guard, is going to be called for another foul, and that's going to be her fourth. So first player for U of M Dearborn that's in foul trouble, and that's going to bring in Grissom, and they're going to bring out Banks. Barracott's also back in as well after she went off limping, dealing with that knee. Quickly out to Jacobs. Now to Linden. A handoff to Evans. Evans, a kick out. Maggie Long will take the three ball off the heel. And it's going to get out of bounds first before Jacobs could keep it in play.
It's a great effort there, but once again, these turnovers are going to start to bite somebody in the butt. We'll see how U of M Dearborn.
It has basically been even in that category right there. 13-12, U of M Dearborn leads the turnovers, and now another jump ball. Liv Linden sticking it in. It's going to stay with the Wolverines, but that does dividends for Lawrence Tech as the possession arrows is going to change here.
I still like the aggressive play out of Linden. You never know. When you get in there a couple times, you might scoop one loose, scoop one clean, which would be a huge, huge momentum changer.
Bailey Steinbeck is back in for the Wolverines. Tipped on the pass. Down low. Barracott. One-on-one with Jacobs. Good pressure, but a strong finish by Maya Barracott.
I mean, that is just textbook. Go and spin into her right. Put it high off the glass where Jacobs can't block it. And just at the perfect angle and knocks it in.
Linden. Over to Evans. Down low for Jacobs. Trying to get it down low, but another takeaway, and they're going to call a foul on the loose ball. And that's the fifth foul. Kate Jacobs is fouled out.
Kate Jacobs was looking for a foul there, too. She thought she got hit in the face. You saw the little bit of the look on her face. But, yeah, I mean, when you're going up against an opponent like Maya Barracott, it is truly going to take your most gallant attempt just to try and slow her down. There's going to be no stopping her. And, well, tonight it results in number 20 falling out of the game.
That's going to bring in Jade Ferris. Ferris also has 4 fouls. So Ferris also has to be cautious as well. It's a 3-point game. And that pass went nowhere. Miscommunication and a costly turnover by the Wolverines.
Something the Wolverines could not. They just could not give that up. That is a chance to knot this game up or at least get it within 1. Nobody home, nobody looking, miscommunication, whatever it was, that is costly for the Wolverines.
With a chance able to get Kate Jacobs out of the game. And then a costly turnover. A give and go to Evans. Evans able to stop in her tracks, but a good block. And wisely, but able to keep it in, is Barracott as Ferris was looking for the bounce off. The other way with Grissom. Barracott over to Grolke. Grolke one-on-one with Ferris. Off balance shot off the mark. Rebounded by Barracott, but it's going to be foul called. It's going to be on the floor, so this is going to be an inbound play. And it's going to be on Evans.
It's going to be huge for the Wolverines to just let Barracott dominate the boards because now the impeding 6'3" center for the Blue Devils, Kate Jacobs, is not there.
That's going to lead us into our immediate timeout for the fourth quarter. We're going to step aside. It's a close game, 55-52.
Curiosity arrives, lighting a path you tenaciously pursue. The unknown presents new challenges, drawing you to a future ready for change. You'll find your calling is closer than imagined. A destination with all the technology and tools to make magic. Lawrence Technological University. Be curious. Make magic.
At Michigan First Mortgage, we We believe a home is more than just four walls. It's endless possibilities, where relationships are strengthened and next steps are taken. It's a place to call your very own, where you can create new traditions and welcome family with open arms. And at Michigan First, it's at the heart of everything we do. Let us help you discover the possibilities of home.
Back here in what has been a close game, U of M Dearborn and Lawrence Tech. Game one of our doubleheader here tonight. Right before Thanksgiving, Barricott down low, nearly lost a handle underneath. Shot! Barricott adds on to her point total. She is at 15.
You had to think the message for the Wolverines in that timeout was just to feed number 21. We'll see how much of that happens.
Down low to Ferris, nearly got stripped away. Ferris down low, one drop step, what a finish! Count it, baby! Ferris will go to the line.
Ferris said, Barricott, you think you can finish on me? Well, I'm going to show you that I can do the exact same thing. That's a big basket right there. And a huge, huge free throw coming up for the Blue Devils.
Third foul on Maya Barricott. And Barricott actually, she is one rebound away from having a double-double here tonight.
She's been an absolute force to be reckoned with.
Ferris completes the three-point play. It's back to a 4-point game. And what has been a back-and-forth battle between these two well-known teams throughout all the years. Miller thought about it, inside the paint, got around Bobo, but too strong on the finish. Bobo gets the rebound. That's her fourth on the night. 4 minutes left to go in this game. Nagel got around the screen, over to Evans, has some space in front, over to Long. But she's going to be called for the travel. Another travel has been called in Lawrence Tech.
Just those jump starts are just not working well for number 22 in the entire LTU offense.
We got a timeout called by U of M Dearborn. This is a quick 30-second timeout. And with these 30 seconds, I mean, the largest lead we've had was a 12-point game by Lawrence Tech early on within that third quarter, which has been hands down their best quarter. They led that quarter 24-12, but right now it's Dearborn trying to work their way back in. They lead this quarter 12-5.
It's been a combination of not capitalizing down low like they haven't all game, but at the same time just still not attacking on defense, not attacking down low, letting too many people just go through open lanes. And to be honest with you, it has also been just the great play of Maya Barricott.
But to tell you how well these teams know each other, 31 rebounds apiece. And it's all even. Almost the same amount of offensive rebounds as there is defensive rebounds. It is just that close-knit between these two programs. And both of them trying to search for their second win of the season. Nearly got loose from Miller. Had to pick up the dribble, gives way to Grolke. Grolke one-on-one with Evans. Got wrapped around, but we go back the other way on the walk.
Instead of trading punches with the point scoring, they're just trading punches with the travels, man. It seems like every time someone is going down to score, they're getting called for a travel, back and forth. Who's going to score a bucket first?
15 turnovers for U of M Dearborn, 14 on the side of Lawrence Tech. The pass got taken away, another steal, 15th turnover, and falling down on the play was Malik. She must have gotten tripped up, and another costly giveaway by Dearborn. Wide open from the corner, Maggie Long, she gets it! And Grace Howard is going to call a timeout. But what a turn of events for Lawrence Tech to make it 61-54.
Great players shine in the biggest moments. She hasn't been shooting the rock as well as she could have all night. But once again, when you have that ability to just knock down shots when you need to, you will, and she did just that. Biggest shot of the night for the Blue Devils.
Maggie Long is up to 13 on the night, and she is 3 for 9 from three-point range, 3 out of 13. She has taken a lot of shots, and sometimes they won't always fall, but the fact that the clutch moments happen, and that word is used a lot, clutch, and that was clutch right there via Maggie Long.
Clutch is the exact way I would put it. But at the same time, this is why you shoot so much. This is why you continue to keep shooting. If she would have gotten even a little bit of doubt in her mind that she couldn't make those shots, that shot doesn't even happen. She tries to drive. Maybe she doesn't come down with it. But the fearless characteristic of her is why that shot knocked down and why they're in a big moment right now.
Malik one-on-one with Long. Good pressure along the switch on the defense. Grissom got around the screen, analyzing all of her options, gives way to Miller, got around Boba, a drive down the lane, a good aggressive drive by Morgan Miller.
John, you got to think somebody's going to start stepping into those lanes, right? Because those buckets are too easy. And especially in moments like this, you can't be giving up easy points like that.
Miller is up to 7 on the night. Barricott and Grissom are at 15. Bounce pass down low to Ferris. Ferris against Barricott, took a step around, and another one! Jade Ferris with her second three-point opportunity.
Speaking of big players, we highlighted Jade Ferris at the beginning of this game that she would be a key contributor if the LTU Blue Devils were going to come out with this one. Big moment, big play by number 33, Jade Ferris.
It is back to a 7-point lead. Make it 8.
Once again, can we just compliment the ability, the free throw shooting from this team? It has truly kept them in this game. They've been taking to the line so much, and they have just shot that ball from the free throw line so well.
Inside of Barricott, one-on-one with Ferris, but they're going to call a foul, and that is costly. Jade Ferris is now fouled out. Both the star forwards for Lawrence Tech have fouled out. First Jacobs and now Ferris, and that's going to bring in Gracie Mitchell to finish out the last 2 minutes and 3 seconds left. But Jade Ferris has had a night. 13 points, along with 6 rebounds, and 3 out of 4 with her free throw shots. And 4 steals.
Yeah, she's been aggressive all night. And to answer my own question, though, why they have been giving up those open lane, just kind of easy layups, is because their two-star bigs have just been in foul trouble all half. And it's costly now that she's not going to be there for them on the offensive side of the ball as well.
Barricott, her first miss, rebounded by Evans.
You know, I wasn't going to say anything about the perfect streak because I don't want to have the announcers jink on her. But it is quite impressive that it took her this long to finally miss a free throw with how many attempts she's had tonight.
Down low to Evans. Analyzing the options inside the paint. Got stripped. What a takeaway by Grolke. And now the other way. Grolke is going to pull things up. Inside to Barricott. Mitchell with her first chance. Good work on the block. Wide open. Banks with the 3-ball. Off the mark. Rebounded by Miller. And Miller can't put it in. And it's last touch by Lawrence Tech. And it stays with the Wolverines.
What an opportunity the Lawrence Tech Blue Devils just escaped. That was a wide open look. Earlier on in that possession, they had Morgan Miller wide open in the corner too. That has got to be a little bit of a sigh of relief that they did not knock down those buckets. They did not knock down that basket.
From the corner, Miller, her shot is off the mark. It went off the arm, and it's going to go to Lawrence Tech. It was definitely a tight window, and Evans will inbound. We're at a minute 18 left to go in a 7-point game. There you go. Pressured by Grissom. Give and go from Mitchell. There you go, over to Long. Maggie Long. She gets another one. Maggie Long, clutch in the moment.
That's how you put the nail in the coffin, extending this thing to a double-digit league. Maggie Long, she's got the clutch gene.
From a lead of 12, now down to 10, but Grissom is making things more interesting. Grissom adds on to her point total as she is up to 17. Under a minute left to go. Long, analyzing all of her options. Around the perimeter they go to Evans. Evans down the lane, got hit from behind, and Evans, once again, like she's done all night, getting the contact and going to the line.
You know what else she's done all night? Convert. An 80% free throw shooter coming in, like I've said multiple times, but she has just been lights out, absolutely unconscious from the line.
27.2 left to go in this game. Evans to try to put on the final touches of this one, and we encourage you to stick around because both men's team will be facing off against each other right afterwards as both squads are into their third game of conference play.
It's going to be a great matchup. highly, highly encourage you to stick around because we'll be here. You can keep listening to us.
Quick timeout call by Brooke Bowers. And this will either be 30-second or a full. First getting an explanation from the official. But in the meantime, this is going to be a quick 30-second timeout. But within this, you look at what has been going on. The points have finally been adding up. It has been low scoring because these two teams know each other so well. And they all want to get that second win of the season. Talk to me about this game as a whole.
I mean, as a whole, it has been a defensive showdown, and it's kind of just been waiting for one offense to finally emerge. And we saw that. We saw that through two players. I'm going to comment on three players. Gracie Bobo, Maggie Long, they have shot the rock so well, especially in the clutch moments. But someone who's just kind of flown under the radar because they've had their buckets in such a uneventful way has been Dominique Evans. I mean, just been converting time and time again from the line. Getting to the line has been one thing, but the fact that she just keeps knocking down her shots, that has been so big for this team.
Both teams are now within the bonus. And for Lawrence Tech, their next matchup will be an exhibition matchup against Wayne State. Talk about trying to get your talent to the ultimate level. But in the meantime, focusing back on this one. Long three by Miller is off the mark. Rebounded by Evans, and they do foul quickly. And probably not the wisest person to send to the line because Evans has just been doing it all day.
You thought they would have learned their lesson in the first half? Nope. Back to the line again. You got to think, this is probably the most times she's shot a free throw in her career. This is why you spend so much time in the gym, ladies and gentlemen. This is
10 attempts.
10th. This is going on her 11th attempt of the night. She has converted 9 points from the free throw line.
Just off the mark with that first one, just only her second miss. Evans has already had a great night, having 15 points, 7 rebounds, and 1 steal to contribute, 3 assists. As she makes it her 10th free throw, and another timeout is called by Brooke Bowers. Brooke Bowers still believes that her team is within this, with 15.9 seconds left to go in what is an 11-point game.
I mean, you gotta keep your team in it at all times until that clock strikes 0 and you are at the losing end. But, you know, for U of M, it's just going to be about getting quick and easy baskets and not taking Dominique Evans to the line. In my opinion, is the only way you can at least have some confidence that you're going to get that ball back without any more points getting added to that scoreboard.
After this matchup with Lawrence Tech, once again the Wolverines will be on the road as they face the Cardinals of Concordia, and both teams will be basically off until the next calendar as in December. But that's basically for the road of Lawrence Tech. A few home games to contribute for the Wolverines. But now we go back to basically what is going to be a great, fantastic finish to this one, especially on the side of Lawrence Tech if they hold on. Banks to inbound. Gets it into Grissom. Grissom will take the 3 ball. And she gets it, and now we're going to get a timeout called by Lawrence Tech. Grace Howergan is going to take a full timeout. And as we see all the men's teams lining up to get ready, how excited are you for the next one?
You know, I'm real excited because there's going to be a point guard showdown between Brendan Beavers of the LTU Blue Devils and Jackson Reynolds of the Wolverines. 2 guys who can score the basketball at an elite level, not just in this conference, but with everyone else in the entire country, to be honest with you. 2 guys averaging 20 points a game. You are going to want to stick around for this one. It's going to be a show.
And we want to remind everybody to have a happy Thanksgiving as Turkey Day is just around the corner. And everybody better enjoy your time with your families, take some time off, and just also enjoy some great Thanksgiving Day football.
Absolutely. I was waiting for you to comment on it. We've been saying the word grit all night, and every time it brings up the man himself, MCDC. It's going to be one of those Thanksgivings where we're just going to be able to sulk in just the greatness that is Detroit Lions. So even if you haven't followed them all year, which I don't know how you haven't, it's going to be good. But we're back to action.
Mitchell to inbound. They get it into Nagel. Nagel to try to wear out the last final seconds. And there it is. For the first time in program history, Lawrence Tech has recorded 20 wins versus 1 opponent. And they get that here tonight with their second victory of the season, their second win in conference play, and now 20 total victories against U of M Dearborn.
That's a huge nod to the program, and hey, they can officially say it's a winning streak, right? 2 games in a row, 2 conference wins, which is always huge as they go in and play a big opponent in the Wayne State.
They go on the road from here on out to finish out the calendar year. So stick around until next time, but stick around until later as men's college basketball takes over for the nightcap of our doubleheader. Robbie Elliott and John Stowe will be right back here with you on Lawrence Tech Sports Network. Do not go anywhere.